Good morning, friends. In past few months, there has been continuous amendments, notifications and updates on FCRA which have made it very difficult for the registered organizations to cope with the same. From the harassment being faced by most of the organizations at the respective local branches of SBI for opening the FCRA account in New Delhi main branch to the tension of filing the renewal of registration within the time to avoid suspension, the FCRA organizations are facing really tough and challenging times. Recently, in order to ease the understanding of the key compliances by the FCRA registered organizations, a charter of regulations for such organizations have been notified by the MHA department. In the charter, the department have tried to summarize all important aspects and compliances to be kept in mind by the FCRA registered organizations in order to be compliant with the regulations. So let's discuss what's mentioned in the charter. The registration under FCRA is granted for a definite purpose such as cultural, religious, educational, economic or social program, and such registration shall be granted only for a period of 5 years. The organization shall have to renew such certificate of registration by filing an application in Form FC3C electronically within 6 months before the date of expiry of such certificate. In case of non-filing of renewal application, the registration of such organization shall be deemed to have been seized, post which such organizations shall neither be able to receive nor utilize the foreign contribution. Next, the organization shall now have to receive the foreign contribution only and only in the FCRA account at SBI located at Sansad Marg, New Delhi. The account should be same as intimated to the FCRA department while filing an intimation in Form FC6C. However, one or more accounts can be opened as utilization accounts in any of the PFMS enabled scheduled banks. Foreign contribution cannot be mixed with local or domestic funds being handled by the organization, which implies the FCRA funds should be altogether kept separately. Coming to the next point, the organizations should not utilize the funds for the purpose other than for which the same was received. Moreover, they are required to carry out activities from such funds only in India. I repeat, such funds should be used for any activities that are carried out only in India. Coming to the sixth point, the FC funds so received shall not be transferred to any other organizations for any other purpose, whether or not such organizations is registered under FCRA or not. Any fixed asset acquired out of the foreign contribution and any article received in kind from foreign source should always be in the name of the organization. This is very important point. Any fixed asset acquired out of the foreign contribution and any article received in kind from foreign source should always be in the name of the organization and not any individual, even if associated with the organization. Not more than 20% of the contribution should be spent towards meeting administrative expenses of the organization. The ninth point, all the organizations registered under FCRA should maintain separate books of accounts, asset and records exclusively for foreign contributions so received and utilized. The 10th point, every account giving details of purpose-wise receipt and utilization of the foreign contribution, including the interest earned on such foreign contribution amount, should be maintained on yearly basis commencing from 1st April every year, and every such account is to be uploaded online in the prescribed Form FC4, which is the FCRA annual return. Along with the form, the audited financials containing balance sheet, income and expenditure and receipts and payments, and a certificate from a chartered accountant in the prescribed format shall also be uploaded. The time limit for filing the such return form is within 9 months from the end of the financial year, that is before 31st December every year. The copy of bank statements of FCRA account maintained at NDMB, SBI and any other utilization accounts shall also be uploaded. Moving to the next point, the accounting statement shall have to be preserved by the organizations for a period of 6 years. This means now the FCRA registered organizations shall have to keep the books of accounts, the vouchers and the supporting evidences up to a period of 6 years. Even if no FC money is received during a particular year, nil return has to be filed online in Form FC4 within the prescribed time limit. However, in such cases, the copy of audited financials and certificate from their chartered accountant is not required. 13th point, intimation for change of name, address, nature of activities, aims and objects of the organization and opening of bank account for utilization purposes should be intimated to the MHA department within 15 days of effecting the change via the relevant part of Form FC6. Similarly, for any change, addition or deletion of any functionary or member, the organization shall apply online through Form FC6E and seek approval of the central government. It seems that now for every change in member, the permission has to be taken. Previous to the amendment, the same was required only when more than 50% of the governing body members was changed. I think this point requires a lot more clarity from the MHA department. And the last but not the least, all organizations shall be required to adhere to the good practice guidelines of the Financial Task Action Force, which has been mentioned in the charter. So this is all about the new charter released by the MHA department for the FCRA registered organizations. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates. Thank you.